Even though I focus mainly on the UK, I fervently believe that citizens throughout Europe should, with good reason, be passionate and proud about their own nations. Every country in Europe is beautiful in its own right, each with its own culture, its own language, forged over hundreds or thousands of years of history, and each one unique, each one different to the other. Whether it's Spain and the exhilaration of a flamenco, or Italy and the passion of an opera, a nation steeped in 2,500 years of history, from Remus and Romulus through to the days when Rome fell to the Vandals, where people withdrew to marshlands in the North Adriatic that rose to be Venice. The art, the culture, the food, and one of the most beautiful languages in the world. So Italy does rank as one of my favourites, as you've probably gathered. Then there's Greece again, with its long history and philosophy and democracy that has given so much to the world. A country that endured 3.5 centuries of occupation and retained its identity, and yet 2 or 3 decades of unhindered immigration, and the entire nation is under threat. Then we have the efficiency and attention to detail of Austria, Switzerland and Germany, the pride and the belligerence and the culture of France, whose string of islands around the world actually make it the 5th largest EEZ on the planet. And with the exception of somewhere in Siberia, I believe, you cannot go anywhere on the planet without being more than an hour or two from French soil. How wonderful is that? The UK, you know my thoughts, but then there's Wales and there's Scotland, one of the most beautiful places in the world, where around every corner there's a site more breathtaking than the last. Then we have Ireland, our closest and possibly dearest neighbour, a nation that suffered at the hands of the British Empire in the 19th century, so much so that the population of both the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland put together is 1 or 2 million less today than it was in 1840. So much was the diaspora and the death from what they had suffered, and yet they rose, they became the Celtic tiger, as we all know. But sadly, when a nation is confined by the restrictions of being a member of the euro, when their economy is beginning to overheat, they are powerless to turn the temperature down, and they cannot do anything about their economy spontaneously combusting and causing itself so much damage. It's very, very sad that our young people have been subjected to so much political indoctrination, cultural shaming and climate anxiety, to the point where they are passive to everything that is happening and almost ready, willing and able to just capitulate to what is happening to their country. Our young people today are one of the most educated generations in history. But what we need to do is we need to ignite the passion in their hearts for their country. Not anger, not hate, not anxiety, but a love and a determination to protect their heritage. And this is perhaps where we need to look at not just the fact that they are being educated, but how they are being educated. And on that note, I'll close with one of my favourite quotes. An education of the mind without an education of the heart is no education at all. Thank you very much. Bye bye for now.